YouTube, my family, new family, what is going on? Daniel here, another video. Um, we are on our way after this video to go do some cardio. Essentially, I've had a injury which literally came out of nowhere on my shoulder, right for the past almost week now. I literally believe it's from the devil because it came from me doing cardio, my off day, my rest day, and it started hurting, and it came in the process of what I'm gonna speak of right now, which is me killing a thing that was controlling me for a long time, which I didn't see was an addiction until last night, literally going through it, and it's real. It's real, like it's as real as you could say a drug addiction, you could say, and it's reels videos and something I was getting a feeling from watching videos. I used to watch videos when I was a kid, like even when internet first came out. I'm a millennial, so it came out around like 1995, I believe, and then it got really big in like 2001, and that's when I got my hands on the first downloading applications that you would like download torrents. You wouldn't have YouTube, so it'd be like little videos you'd find off like torrents. You'd download them and watch like one video. And I used to watch soccer videos, football videos, soccer in America, football. I used to watch those for like hours, like videos of Ronaldinho, videos of like Argentina, of Maradona, and just get lost in that feeling of like, oh, that's gonna be me one day, and how they scored a goal and how they had their shoes and their shin pads and their hairstyle and the way they did their moves and their celebrations and how they scored the goal. And I got lost in so many little things and details, and that was my earliest memory of me and videos. And then from there it went on to video games. I would like play FIFA for hours. FIFA, my first one was like PS1, PlayStation 1, and whatever FIFA was there, I think it was 2001 or something like that. And I was losing myself in TV videos. And then my other, I guess, most recent one would be when I did when I had my first like relationship breakup. I lost myself afterwards in breakup videos. So I was like watching like basically pickup videos of like meeting women. So I wasn't doing it. I was just losing myself in the video of like, well, it's gonna be me one day, and how he does it, how he talks to the girl, and the feeling of doing that in front of somebody, and the feeling of this and the feeling of that. And it was all a feeling I was chasing. It was always, like I said, earliest memory, like 6 years old, 5, watching these soccer videos, football videos, and to the latest one, like I was like 21 and losing myself in that, where I had to go to like a clinic because I basically had a depression. I wasn't doing anything. I was just getting lost in feelings. I wasn't acting on anything. I didn't have the confidence or faith in myself to do those things that I was seeing. So I would just lose myself in the feeling of it, and oh my god, this and that. And like I said, the biggest one was football, and like even movies. I would lose myself in movies. But I want to come on here and tell you that it's the new addiction. Like in this generation, especially if you look at people, if you go on a train, let's say you're going to work in the morning or anywhere in the morning, let's say from 7 a.m. to like 10 a.m., you have those group of people, the masses, you could say, that are there going on their, somewhere that they don't want to go work, that they don't enjoy. And, instead of confronting that and facing that and then, doing what they have to do, which was me for a long time, they just watch their videos. So, watching like, TikToks, Reels, YouTube Shorts, whatever it is, YouTube videos, like losing themselves, distracting themselves. And like I said, that was something I was lost in. I didn't realize it. And that's something I'm currently killing. But, I had to make a video to speak because, speaking is how you get in frequency, especially when you can't do burpees and the devil wants you, vulnerable physically. We still, keep doing the right decisions. And this is something that I had to do because I haven't spoken in a little bit. And, going into the office the second day, it's also somewhere where I'm not able to be as free as working from home, being my own energy, being my own frequency. And I want to share this because, it's a journey that I'm going through in order for me to help others, because I'm seeing now and, finally admitting to myself that this is something that I have to kill for once and for all. And like I said, it's something that's controlled me since I was little, 5 years old, 6 years old, and had my hands on a computer. And like I said, lost for hours in just downloading this video, that video, and watching it. And like, oh my God. And yeah, it's fake, you know. And the things I'm seeing is like, once you're trying to kill one feeling in one thing, for me is videos. Yours can be women, could be gambling, could be whatever you give a feeling to. Because whatever controls you is the devil, and you usually give a feeling to it. So once you're trying to kill one thing and remove it, like I had to remove Instagram in order to do this. You know, I had TikTok before, I removed that because I was just getting lost in those videos. So I removed those two applications, and it's helped me really expose that addiction. But once you're doing it, realize that the devil's going to try to find something else, you know, to lose yourself in. So it could be whatever it is. I was losing myself in reading the news about sports, and like, you know, needing to know what was happening and teams I didn't even care about. Like, it's crazy. But anything of this world that you can lose yourself in, trust me, when you're trying to beat an addiction, spiritual addiction, and has physical symptoms. Like yesterday, I was not even able to sleep, just doing things when you're like half awake that you believe you're sleeping, and like it's crazy. But you know, there are things that you lose yourself in that don't even make sense. But once you look back, you realize, okay, I didn't understand why I was getting so lost in, I don't know, watching the news, or I don't know, maybe even cooking, like anything of this world of the flesh. The devil's going to try to find a way to make you lose yourself in that. Because realize, when you have a gift, you have a calling, you're chosen, the devil will use whatever it is around you to distract you from that, because he only wants you in one place. Your demon, the one that's assigned to you, he wants you in hell, suffering with the rest of the souls, billions, trillions of people that are suffering eternally. He wants you with those. That's his only job. So realize he's never going to give you, you know, the truth. He's going to keep telling you lies about, you know, it's over here. Oh no, it's not, you know, your frequency doesn't matter. It's this video, and like you knowing to know the information of this video and the feeling it gives you. Pay attention to that feeling. That's what's real. It's fake. What's real is your frequency. And when you're battling an addiction, you have the withdrawal symptoms. Like me right now, I'm not in my highest, you know, state. I'm not like boom, like crazy, but it's part of the process. You know, you can't be in that place when you're trying to fight something that's been controlling you for so long. And I didn't see it as something, because it's so subtle, it's so small that you can just, you know, have your phone and turn it on, you and you have that addiction. It's so like, you know, it's accessible, but realize it's still an addiction. You know, just like, you know, coffee. Drinking coffee is an addiction, or yeah, the normal one for men, porn, masturbating. Like these are things that are addictions because they give you a feeling. So realize whatever gives you a feeling is the devil trying to control you with that. Whatever, you know, is controlling you is giving you a feeling. So you have to kill those things. If it's money, which is a big one, or it's women, or it's a relationship, or it's clothes, the way you look, or maybe it's even eating healthy food. That was one thing that was controlling me. Always like, I need the organic, you know, non-pasteurized, top of the line food. And, you know, if it's not that food, it has to be like, you know, the equivalent. And I only drink, you know, upper echelon Swiss Alps untouched mineral water. Like, it's controlling you. It's giving you a feeling, you know. Of course, you have to have food that's accessible to you, that is healthy. You're not going to have just tap water and, you know, drink things that have chemicals that aren't good for you. But, you know, there's a point where you're escaping in that, and you're getting a feeling from it, because you believe that the devil's making you believe that, oh, if you have that water, then you're better than someone else, or the ego. It works with the ego. The feelings and the control that it gives you, or feeling of control, is the ego. All those three are combined. Those three are like the Trinity. The devil's Trinity is the ego, feelings, and control. So it's going to give you, you know, it's going to control you with a feeling. It's going to give you an element of control that you believe you have for your ego, but the way, you know, that it draws you in is feelings. So feelings is what, you know, 99% of the world is run by. They do things for feelings, what feels good, you know. They don't want to suffer. They want to feel good always. So what feels good, and the food, to the person you're with, the person you fornicate with, have sex with, you know, that couple, that's, oh, the sex is so good, that's why we're together, but there's nothing else. It's just flesh. Like everything's just for feeling good. I was there as well. Like I said, I've killed it in other areas, but this is the one that's, the biggest and most subtle one. And now, I'm making this video to give you my progress. Of course, I have other areas that I've killed and can coach others in, but you could say that coaching is not on the, on hold for now, but it's definitely something that's on the back end, because this is something that once I kill it, it's gonna make a huge difference, and it's gonna help others, like I said, because the new one is, if you look at this generation, kids, tablets, like the things they watch, brain rot is something I've seen that's coming up as well with kids, like just watching nothing for a feeling is, the new agenda. And, once I kill this, and, the other less I've killed already, it puts me more at service to the world. So I want to make this video to help you realize that, like, the devil is controlling you with those things. The Trinity of the devil is the feelings, the control, and the ego. So he's going to draw you in with feelings of things and then control you with that. And then you believe you have control over it, and then it gives you ego. So realize you have to kill that with everything. It comes from the big things first. You have to go from your biggest problems. For mine was lust, porn, masturbation. I killed those things. And now it's the small ones that are still a feeling. It's still the same thing, but it's a smaller, you could say, outlet, but it's all the same. So I want you to realize that, whatever is giving you a feeling is the devil. It's trying to draw you literally to hell. And that video I posted the other day, if you don't know what hell is and what it could be, you watch that video, because it puts literally the fear of God in you. And even now I still have thoughts of, like, making the right decision because of that video, because it's real. And, if you don't align yourself with the Holy Spirit and the real Trinity, the true Trinity, you get lost in the devil's Trinity. Like, there's no choice. Like, it's either you align yourself and put in the work and suffer, you could say, in the flesh to get there and let that guide you, or you just get guided by the world, which is, like I said, the Trinity of feelings, control, and ego, which is the devil. So you make your choice every day. I make my choice every day. I make the good choice, and as hard as it is, and as much as it can make you an alien to the world, or weird, or, you can seem arrogant to people, or believe you're an ego, it's because the world is programming you to chase a feeling. So if you're not in the crowd that's, living for feelings and control and ego, then you seem like the weird one, and that's perfect. And that's, that's the path I've chosen, and I've been chosen for it as well, but I choose it every day. And over, I keep growing with it and keep finding things I have to kill in order for me to secure my place in the kingdom. And as a consequence, I'll help others when they feel they're ready, when their spirit tells them, because it's all spiritual. Chasing anything is always the devil, it's always lack. So even me helping others and being a coach in this is going to come when I don't think about it. I make these videos out of the wisdom that I keep, getting through my own experience. It's not information. This is something that not many people understand they have an addiction to. Like I said, it's so subtle and so normalized that people, they spend their whole life just looking at their phone, getting a feeling from it, never realizing that that's, removing them from the kingdom, from their power and who they are. So, it's my battle right now. It's perfect. I'm even on a little bit less sleep because I didn't sleep well yesterday. I woke up earlier for a call today with my brother, who's been guiding me through this and helping me get closer to the Holy Spirit. And it's all God's work. It's all God's plan. But really, this is like the final straw. So like I said, I've customized everything around me, removed the Instagram, the TikTok, and the videos. I still post my own things on Rumble, which I'm on now, and YouTube. But yeah, it's just wisdom and helping the message grow. So I want to make this video for you guys, of course, future me, to look back and see my resume and what I've killed. And yeah, it's hard. It's a real addiction. Like I said, you could see maybe my eyes a bit like, dulled out. But yeah, it's fake. The devil's trying to give me a feeling with, you're missing something. What are you doing this for? Just get Instagram back, just get TikTok back, just watch a video, nothing. It's feelings, it's fake. So gonna post this and also do a bit of cardio, because yeah, the arm, I don't have 100% yet. I'm not gonna go do chest press and, bench press and, injure it more, but realize that, yeah, it's all perfect. I'm gonna, do what I can, some cardio, maybe some stretching, some core, and, make videos, speak, and then, the burpees will come back when the arm is back, but I still have, my abilities to speak, which I feel is my gift. And, remove those stories, flow, get in frequency, because speaking gets you in frequency, and it also helps you to remove the game that the devil's trying to give you in your head and in your mind with feelings. So the more you speak, the more you get out of that game and realize it's fake, and you'll in turn can give faith to those that will battle this, because like I said, it is the new future addiction. And many people don't see it because it's so subtle. It's like coffee, but like I said, the whole world, most of the world is on it and don't realize it. But try removing your phone, when you're eating, when you're in the washroom, and you'll see how it calls you. Like, it's like, just get your phone, like just go watch something. Like, it's the devil trying to get you a feeling. Like I said, the devil lures everybody in with feelings, controls them with that, and then gives them an element of some kind of control from that, and then it leads into your ego. It's the Trinity. The devil's Trinity is those three things. So if you want to get some wisdom from the day, realize it's that. And the feelings, as high levels or macro things, thinking as it sounds, can be something very small. And it starts very small and it works its way up and bigger, and before you know it, the thing you wake up for is something the devil gave you through a feeling. Like for me, it was women for a long time, then it was money. Oh, the feeling of money when I have this amount. And then, years later I hit that amount, and it's just another day. It's the things in this world be, used by the devil to give you a feeling, things of the flesh, but realize it's trying to distract you from your true power, which your soul trying to give you when you listen in your spirit, because you're spiritual, you're a soul, you're a being, you're not flesh and the feelings. But anyways, I'm gonna go enjoy the cardio. Been doing 20 minutes minimum now, almost 30 now when I have some time. But today we're in the office, so I have to make some adjustments, you can say. But crazy. I'm glad I got to make this video. Glad I get to wake up and see the day. No matter how I feel or what the devil tries to tell me that I need, I keep pushing forward, and I will kill this addiction. You guys will see, the consequences of that and the results of that, and how much more I can empower. Because like I said, whatever right now is controlling you, how big it is or how small it is still, the same thing. You just have to kill it and treat it the same way as, if you have money, the love for money, or, women, or I don't know, whatever it is, prostitutes controlling you, and you have to have sex constantly, you believe you're a sex addict, to the smallest thing like videos and reels. It's still something controlling you, because it's making you do it because of a feeling. So realize it's the devil. Realize, I gave you this Trinity and how it works. And if you guys want to get closer to me in this path, which is the 0.1% lifestyle, you guys have, my WhatsApp that I'll put below. You guys have past videos of me, growing in all these different areas, exposing myself, my stories, who I thought I was, changing before you, literally in video and real time. And it gives myself more faith that this is the path. And then those watching can also grow with me. So you have my WhatsApp. You can get in contact with me for coaching, if that's something you feel you need. But like I said, my battle right now, or my path right now, is killing this. And then the more I killed it, the more I set myself free, and the more you guys will be able to be set free as well, as long as you get close to me. So God bless. Hope you guys liked the video. Like and subscribe. More will be coming, because it's part of my path, my resume, and I want you guys to experience it with me and get some wisdom. But as always, love you guys. Until next time, thank you for watching. I have faith in you, and keep killing it.